something that I've liked is they've been under control while getting out in this lead. They've kept those turnovers down.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Andrew Bogut checked in for Draymond Green. Iguodala comes in for Barnes. And it's Livingston in for Ian Clark. The dish now to Iguodala. And again, no good by Golden State. That's good, and the Warrior lead is cut down to 10 on the bucket from Burks. With 1 on the clock, and Bogut slams it in.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says thank, and so we wrap up the first half. Strong contributions so far in this one.
Always been a dynamic scorer, and we saw in that first half the entire repertoire on display.
Yeah, he's a hard man to keep down, and so far they haven't found the answer for him. I don't know if there is an answer for him, quite honestly.
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. Gordon Hayward with another strong contribution so far in this one.
Well, anytime you can get to the free throw line with that kind of consistency, that just makes every other facet of the game easy.
And, you know, they have to rotate the defensive assignment on him from now on just to avoid foul trouble on any one particular player, given how good he is at drawing fouls and how many fouls he's been drawing.
And Golden State looking at who they've got. Livingston is out there with Barbosa. Then there's Iguodala. Then there's Festus Ezeli. And it's Bogut in the 5 spot. Utah had a great home court advantage last year here. This crowd knows how to get into an opponent's head.
Kevin, that they do. It's a big part of why the Jazz were able to eke out over 500 last season at home. Ended up 21-20 by winning 4 of their last 5 home games.
And, you know, with Utah's play at home, they played in a very jazzy way. No pun intended. And by that, I mean grinding it out. They were really strong on the glass as they were second in the league in rebounding differential at home.
Feeds it to Gobert. Pulls up from the corner. Wow, way off on that one.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open. The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
That's not the kind of streak you want to be part of defensively. Tighten it up, fellas.
Jazz trail by 16.
And Utah being so good at home is one reason why they've been so competitive for the majority of their seasons. After last year, they became the only team not to lose 60 games in a season. You know, I love how he absorbs the foul and still had a chance to knock that one down.
Boy, terrific play there. He still was going to get that shot to go down.
And so Favors nails both of them.
A lot of NBA teams have been outright buying developmental league teams. I mean, the Jazz did that last season. They purchased the Idaho Stampede last March, and we see more and more of that happening, one-on-one affiliations between D-League teams and NBA teams.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it inbounds that time.
Yeah. Job of running their offense without too many miscues.
Well, last year the Jazz acquired the Stampede from the D-League. It makes sense. They'll have a designated place now to develop all their young talent.
And Kevin, it's really a key for the Jazz to have those extra minutes available for all those young talents to get an opportunity to get confidence, but also to learn your system. I think more and more NBA teams will follow this route of buying D-League teams.
Flying high and throwing down the hard one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
And really, he does that one as well as anyone. Kev, you're right. That's like his signature move once he goes airborne.
Jazz trail by 16. Here's Hood. The basket good off the assist from Hayward. Hood's got 6 points.
Finally get one to drop after starting the half with 4 straight clanks.
Timeout called the Warriors.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Jazz dancers.
And the Warriors with a completely new 5 on the floor. Warriors leading by 14. The drive by Thompson. Outside Curry. Stolen away. Here's Hood. Lays it in without an inch of room around him. 8 points for him.
Outstanding pass in transition there for the easy deuce.
Curry outside. Rebounded by the Jazz. Hayward's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Nato. And with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits.
Boy, I tell you, I thought the Jazz had a big year last season. Looked much tougher than before. A big part of that is how Coach Quinn Snyder helped the team grow. I mean, he looked like a perfect fit in his first year with the franchise.
The pass to Hood from 18 feet away. And it comes off the front of the rim.
No breathing room at all to take that shot.
And it's Green slamming it down. Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying Clark to get back into this game like this.
Yeah, definitely a jam with emphasis. A big apostrophe or exclamation point. How about maybe even a question mark, partner?
Yeah, I would have to say there are a lot of questions right now from a defensive standpoint. That's for sure.
I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen throughout, just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively turning into quick points.
And that can't continue. I mean, if they hope to get back in this game, I mean, it's really deflating from a morale standpoint. They need stops and points, not turnovers. Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play. That shot becomes effortless for him when the D is so relaxed. They got to get more intense.
And going out of bounds, last touch by Barnes.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
Joe Ingles, who's checked in for Gordon Hayward. And then for Golden State, Bogut comes in for Maurice Spates. And it's Iguodala in for Brandon Rush. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Another miss by Utah.
Oh, that's a tough three-point try when you've got the defense right there.
Well, he'd have to be really good to knock down the shot like that against that kind of defense.
12 seconds left in the third. Stolen by Thompson. Oh, and here comes Barnes all alone. Iguodala with the bucket. Iguodala's got 6 here in this quarter.
We're seeing the shots start to fall for them now.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this has been...
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Warriors ahead as they end the third quarter with a big 11-3 run. And fourth quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sports right after this. And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. We've got Alec Burks. Booker out there with Lyles. Then it's Exum, and it's Mack in at the 1. That's the 5 on the floor for the Jazz. Warriors leading by 17. Down low, Iguodala.
And the big lead becomes bigger. They are playing with purpose here tonight, guys.
And they're doing it at both ends of the floor. I mean, that's what you like to see. They've been controlling the action from both ends of the court.
And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. That one on Thompson.
So I tell you, the Warriors roster fit together hand in glove. They were led by the Splash Brothers, but the front court and the bench really complemented the rest of the team perfectly because all of the players for the Warriors were extremely versatile and highly skilled.
For the Jazz, Rudy Gobert, he's checked in for Lyles. Favors comes in for Booker. And Gordon Hayward is subbed in for Burks. And Golden State also making a change. Draymond Green, he's checked in for Andre Iguodala.
Golden State foul call.
As you're talking about the Warriors, you know, they were built to play with each other last year. The bigs could all pass very well, and that set up the three-point threats.
And then even on the defensive side, I mean, they had players that really complemented each other. I mean, some undersized power forwards who countered with rim protectors. I mean, they also had the length at every perimeter position to switch on any play. So they are equally as adept on that side of the ball.
Rodney Hood's checked in for Mack. It's Thompson off the drive.
Jazz foul call.
Yeah, the defender all over it.
Greg, he got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
Guys, the passing we've seen from them has been tremendous. Very unselfish.
Yeah, and the other thing they've done since the beginning of this game is score points off turnovers and in bunches.
Here's Curry with the 3. Gobert pulls it in. Gobert's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Here's Favors. Great D that time from Green. And here we go. Fast break. Curry's got it. And out of bounds as Utah gains possession.
Utah timeout call.
To give up there in the paint.
No, I'm sure he's not, Greg. I mean, their defense is showing a lot of holes, especially down low. That's unacceptable.
Exum passes to Hood. Jazz passing it around. It's stolen by Bogut. Here's Curry. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
Yeah, the drive to the bucket was great, but the finger roll was even better.
Another miss by Utah.
The mechanics totally out of whack right now. He's lost his feel for the shot.
Yeah, he really has. I mean, just totally out of sync. I mean, you can just see it in the numbers. Nothing going down for him right now.
Now a timeout called by Golden State.
Yeah, I think he just sees some things that can be improved and wants to get everybody back on the same page.
And usually that, to me, is a good use of the timeout. I mean, if there's something that he's noticed that can give his team a lift, I think he's got to try to take advantage of that.
Bogut kicks to Barnes. From deep.
3.
And he gets it to go.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
Shot from the top of the key. Can't get it to go. Great D that time from Green.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
Here's Favors. Again, Favors missing.
It just hasn't been a very good day for him, guys. They need him to start varying some of those.
Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
First personal foul.
You know, basketball can be a thing of beauty, and the Warriors showed just how gorgeous ball movement can be last year. Every possession looked like a well-orchestrated concert. It was incredibly fun to watch. Not so much fun, probably, to coach against.
Utah's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Here's Gobert. Makes it off the glass.
Not much the defense can do once he gets to the bucket.
Curry kicks to Thompson. Lets the three fly.
Kevin, just enough presence to bother that three-point attempt there.
Yeah, but for a guy that shoots it as well as he does, I'd say that is an easy look.
Gobert. They get the rebound. And Hayward gets it to go.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Warriors.
You're right, Steve. It was a standout performance across the board. They were just, at times, it seemed toying with it.
Yeah, like watching a cat play with a mouse, Kevin. Quite honestly, they were able to do more or less, whatever they wanted to do.
And one of the league's truly special talents making his mark once again. Another great performance for Stephen Curry. He was everywhere, defensively, offensively. The effort we saw from him tonight, I think, was the difference.
So Utah ends up going with the new group. Different look here for the Warriors. Azili's checked in for Bogut. Spates comes. Harrison Barnes. And it's Livingston in for Klay Thompson.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
It's Rush outside. No luck. And it's Utah the other way. Picked away. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. The Warriors making a switch here. Barbosa's checked in. Guys, we've seen a lot of turnovers in this one.
Yeah, it's been really sloppy out there.
Yeah, focus, focus, focus. Just make the simple play.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Pass to Wiles. From deep three-point range. Here's Golden State. The clock now can just run out for the Warriors. Good!
And you can hear the disappointment in the crowd tonight. But we saw a team that was just ready to do battle in this arena. They clearly wanted this road win.
Crystal clearly. They came in here determined to steal this game, Greg. Their effort level, I thought, was outstanding, and they just took care of business.
So we see the Warriors taking the game here. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled.